Welcome to the Esports Mastery Series. We're here at the Bond University Esports Hub. My name is Lisa.
My name is Brendan from the Chiefs Esports Club, and with us this morning is Kim, aka Poltron, the coach of the Team Bliss League of Legends team. Thanks for joining us, Kim.
Good to be here. Thank you for having me.
No worries. So just a couple questions for you today. First one, for a new team, what would be something that they can focus on to see rapid improvements?
So one of the biggest things, and this is not just for League of Legends, for any game, communication. Now, one thing I've implemented throughout my, let's say, last two splits of being the coach of the Bliss League of Legends team is a call and response, where one person will call a play and everyone else will respond, like yes, on board or no. And it may be very simple, but this just aligns everyone with one clear direction. And in any team game, it's just, if you have 5 shot callers, you're never going to win. It's better for 5 people, or 4 people in another game, 6 maybe, to follow one mediocre call, even a bad call, than everyone doing their own individual thing.
Now we do have a question from other gamers out there. Is there one thing you think is the most important part of a winning team?
I would just say team culture. Like you want a good team culture, You're not going to go into it with toxic players or a bad attitude. You don't want to have a perfectionist mindset. I know there have been winning teams in the past that have, we've got to win. No excuses, no mistakes, right? But it's just not good. Laugh it off. Have fun. You want everyone to just enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey, have a good culture, help each other. You're a team, end of the day.
Yeah, so off the back of that question, you've obviously done some team building in your time. What do you look for in players that make them stand out to be a good addition to your roster?
I think for team building, you really need to know the background of the players. You can't just spend a week going around looking at, this player looked good here, that player looked good there. You need to talk to their previous teammates, their previous coaches. You need to really know what they're going to offer to your team. You can look at many star players, be like, this player is an addition to the team. This player is, that carry player, but why they win? Do they have supporting pieces? Is this player actually going unnoticed, right? You need to bring all of them into the fold. Now, I wouldn't say it's an easy thing. I think that's one of the hardest things to do, but over years, honestly, of at least for myself, being a League of Legends coach, being in the scene, interacting with everyone, you understand player tendencies. And once you finally understand those tendencies properly, it's just like, you see the whole vision,
Yeah.
This player, that player facilitates each other perfectly. And it's just brilliant.
Yeah.
And that's just what it comes down to,
Okay.
Having not just the best, or not necessarily even the best player in their role, but a good enough individual player that will function really well with everyone else, right? You want the champion team. You don't care about the individual champion player.
Yeah, I love that. I love hearing about the team, the communication, and definitely the culture that's involved with that. So I guess with that, what kind of pre-game preparation goes into being the best as a team?
You need to do the hard work. You need to do the reps. You can't skip any of the steps. If you're not taking your practice seriously, if you're not putting in the individual hours away from team practice, you're just not going to do well on stage, right? End of the day, if you're in a best of 5, a final, and an elimination match, you'll be wishing you had tried extra hard in that one practice game. You wish you were listening to your coach when they were telling you, hey, this is X team's tendencies. Make sure you watch out for that, because no one wants to lose. End of the day, as fun as it may be playing the game, you have fun playing. We're here to win, right? We're all professional players or coaches, right? You don't want to just have fun. You want to have fun by winning, by being the best. And that's why I think the grind set's important, right? You want to have that mentality where every rep is just extremely important. Don't miss out on anything.
So obviously, high pressure situations, inner team conflict is obviously unavoidable at the highest level in every sport, traditional sports and esports. What can you do, or what can players do to sort of combat that? Or if you find you are dealing with some inner team conflict, how can you guys resolve that, and what steps do you take?
Well, at least from my experience of both being a player and a coach over my few years, one big thing that has helped me, especially when I played, is especially if you're coming off a loss, you're tilted, you're frustrated, like, oh, I didn't play well, I think this player didn't play well. Just don't say anything. Wait 2 minutes. Wait 2 minutes, chill out. Just chill out, literally walk. Get out of your chair, walk around, drink some water, and then come back with a clearer head and really think, okay, what actually went wrong, right? That's one thing I recommend to players you can do instantly. Now, in the big picture, I do think you need really good, either like a really good coaching staff or whatever management you have, because it all comes from the top down, right? If you don't have, I wouldn't say like a strict coaching staff, but a coaching staff that will not buckle, that will not get emotional, right? Because end of the day, you need to understand the emotions of your players because they're the ones playing, they're the ones who will get frustrated. And even as a coach, like there are plenty of times I get frustrated, like, oh, how are these players making the same mistake after 3 weeks of me teaching them, right? But if I get frustrated, if I raise my voice, if I change my tonality, if I yell at them, which is a big no-no, by the way, how does that help? They'll just be like, oh, every time I make a mistake, Kim Poltron's just going to flame me. You just need to find a better way to fix it. Even if it comes down to, there are plenty of times when we practice, where we're playing scrims. If something's going really poorly, I'll just pause the game myself. And I'll be like, all right, guys, let's just talk about it. We're not improving on this exact point. How can we improve on it? All right, this is the timer. I've said it many times. I want you guys to communicate. How do we play the game? And then after a few times of actually pausing the game, it becomes a habit. And moving forward, I don't have to worry about it again.
I love that clear communication and sense of clarity that comes with that. We do have a question, Kim, from our Bond University Esports team. So what are the key components to adding into and improving a strategic playbook?
You need to get creative. I'll say the first thing, at least for League of Legends, because I'm not going to speak for other games, but all top players and teams, coaches, they all know how to play fundamentally well if you're a good team. Now, if everyone can do the fundamentals well, then how are you going to win, right? Where's the edge?
Yeah.
So you need to get creative. You need to see, again, player tendencies. You got to think about, like, look outside the box. Oh, how can we actually abuse this? How can we, get a lead doing this? And that's when it's really good to work with, the top players or really talented individuals, which is, again, why I'm very lucky to have this team on Blitz, because I love working with them. And sure, at times, I'll disagree with their points, or it can be frustrating. But end of the day, it's a democracy, right? It's a team environment. You all listen to each other, and you just come to a conclusion of what you think is best.
What advice would you give to aspiring pros, or really anyone looking to start their journey in esports?
I'll say, don't be afraid to reach out. The majority of players, coaches, managers, even team owners, they will help you if you reach out, ask for advice. If you just want to know, oh, how can I get better? How can I get into the scene? Just ask. People do help. People do care. People do want the scene to, get better. I look at myself 4 years ago when I was stepping into it, and I had no clue what I was doing. I luckily had a few, mentors or people that gave me advice, and it's helped me get to where I am today. And hopefully, very soon, I'll get my first victory in a major league tournament. But yeah. That's just the biggest thing. Ask. Don't be afraid.
No worries. Great answer. So thank you so much for chatting to us today, Kim. Really insightful on team culture and team synergy and everything that goes into crafting a winning team. So appreciate you.
No worries.